Ladies and gentlemen, there's an extraordinary power in silence, an unspoken language that speaks louder than words. In a world where everyone is eager to voice their opinions, reactions, and emotions, the ability to stay silent in crucial moments is not just a skill, it's a profound strength. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's a deliberate choice to pause, reflect, and respond rather than react. Tonight, we will unravel the art of staying silent during those pivotal moments that can define your character, influence your relationships, and shape the direction of your life. Silence is often perceived as passive or weak, but in reality, it is a profound and strategic tool, especially in moments of tension. Silence communicates a message that transcends words, creating a space that allows emotions to settle, perspectives to be reassessed, and misunderstandings to dissipate. It holds an intrinsic power because it invites thought and reflection, providing a buffer against impulsive reactions that might escalate conflict or damage relationships. When we engage in conflict or tense discussions, there is a natural tendency to respond immediately, often fueled by heightened emotions. These impulsive responses, though instinctive, can sometimes lack the thoughtfulness necessary to resolve the situation constructively. Silence, on the other hand, interrupts this cycle. By choosing not to respond immediately, you demonstrate self-restraint and maturity. This deliberate pause offers an opportunity for both parties to cool down, enabling a dialogue that is more reasoned and less emotionally charged. Moreover, silence can shift the dynamics of power in an interaction. When you remain silent, especially in moments when others expect a reaction, you retain control of the narrative. It forces the other party to fill the void, often leading them to reconsider their stance or behavior. This psychological effect stems from the discomfort many feel in the presence of silence. It compels introspection and can disarm aggression. Silence, therefore, is not a retreat. It is a deliberate act of presence and influence. Consider situations in professional settings such as high-stakes negotiations or confrontational meetings. In such environments, silence can serve as a strategic advantage. When a proposal is met with silence, it prompts the other party to elaborate or reconsider their position. Silence communicates that you are confident, composed, and in control, qualities that garner respect and authority. Similarly, in personal relationships, silence during moments of disagreement can prevent words that might be regretted later and preserve the integrity of the connection. Silence also creates room for listening and understanding. In tense situations, both parties often focus more on formulating their next argument than truly hearing the other person. By staying silent, you open yourself to truly listening, which can reveal underlying issues, unspoken emotions, or misaligned expectations that need to be addressed. This practice of listening with intention not only aids in conflict resolution, but also fosters a deeper level of connection and understanding. There's also an aspect of silence that is deeply personal. It provides an internal space for reflection and self-awareness. In moments of tension, silence allows you to pause and assess your emotions, thoughts, and intentions. Are you reacting from a place of ego or fear? Are your words or actions aligned with your values? This introspection can prevent regret and help ensure that your response, when it comes, is authentic, constructive, and effective. However, silence does not mean avoidance. It is essential to distinguish between using silence as a tool and using it as an escape. Silence should not replace meaningful communication. Rather, it should enhance it. The silence that follows thoughtful listening and precedes intentional speech is a mark of wisdom. It signals that you are engaging with the situation fully and thoughtfully, rather than reacting reflexively. For leaders, silence is an especially powerful tool. It is in silence that they often observe the nuances of a situation, understand the unspoken dynamics, and gain insights that would otherwise go unnoticed. Leaders who practice strategic silence are able to make more informed decisions, foster environments of trust, and inspire respect. Silence in this context is not just about withholding speech, but about actively creating a space where others feel heard and valued. The transformative power of silence lies in its ability to create opportunities for reflection, understanding, and resolution. It is a tool that bridges the gap between reaction and response, enabling you to approach tense moments with clarity and purpose. Whether in personal relationships, professional engagements, or internal dialogues, the choice to remain silent in crucial moments is a choice to prioritize growth, respect, and understanding over immediate gratification. It is a demonstration of strength, not weakness, of intentionality, not passivity. Silence, wielded with care and wisdom, becomes a pathway to deeper connection, greater clarity, and more profound influence. Remaining silent in moments of emotional provocation is one of the most challenging yet powerful acts you can practice. This principle may feel counterintuitive because our natural inclination is to defend, explain, or assert ourselves when faced with criticism, confrontation, or emotional intensity. However, silence during these moments is not about suppression or avoidance. It is a conscious decision to prioritize thoughtful action over impulsive reaction. When emotions run high, our minds often operate in a fight or flight mode. This response is primal and instinctive, designed to protect us in moments of perceived danger. However, in modern interpersonal conflicts, this instinct can lead to overreaction, escalation, or misunderstanding. For example, reacting defensively to criticism might escalate a disagreement, causing harm to relationships or reputations. In contrast, silence offers a buffer. It creates a pause in the conversation, allowing emotions to cool and granting clarity to both parties involved. Silence during emotional provocation is an act of self-discipline and self-respect. It demonstrates that you value your inner peace more than the fleeting satisfaction of winning an argument or having the last word. In many cases, the person provoking you is seeking a reaction. They may want to feel validated by your emotional response, using it as a measure of their influence or control over you. By choosing not to engage, you deny them this power. Your silence conveys confidence, emotional maturity, and an unwavering focus on what truly matters. This approach is particularly effective in situations where words can be weaponized against you. A well-timed silence often speaks louder than any defense you could offer. It shifts the focus back to the other person, forcing them to confront their own actions and intentions. In the absence of a reaction, they are left to reflect on their behavior, which can sometimes lead to an unexpected softening of their stance, or even an apology. From a psychological perspective, silence during provocation can disarm aggression. When someone is emotionally charged, they expect a similar energy in return. Your silence disrupts this expectation, creating cognitive dissonance. This can diffuse the intensity of the moment and provide an opening for more constructive dialogue. It's not about ignoring or dismissing the other person, it's about creating space for a more thoughtful exchange. In personal relationships, silence in the face of emotional intensity can be transformative. Arguments with loved ones are often fueled by misunderstanding, miscommunication, or unspoken fears. Responding with silence during a heated moment gives you the opportunity to truly listen and understand the underlying issues. It also signals to the other person that you are prioritizing the relationship over the argument. This can pave the way for deeper connection and mutual respect. However, silence is not always easy to practice. It requires immense self-awareness and emotional intelligence. You need to recognize the triggers that provoke you and develop strategies to manage your response. This might involve deep breathing, grounding exercises, or simply reminding yourself of the bigger picture. Over time, with consistent practice, silence in moments of provocation becomes less of a struggle and more of a natural response. One of the most powerful aspects of silence is its ability to protect your energy and mental health. Engaging in every emotional confrontation can be exhausting and counterproductive. By choosing silence, you conserve your energy for situations that truly matter. It's a way of setting boundaries, not just with others, but with yourself. You're telling yourself that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every word needs a response. Silence also aligns with the principles of emotional detachment and mindfulness. It allows you to observe your emotions without being controlled by them. In moments of provocation, your silence is not an absence of emotion, but a recognition of your capacity to hold space for those emotions without letting them dictate your actions. This practice enhances your emotional resilience, making you better equipped to handle future challenges with grace and composure. Finally, it's important to note that silence during provocation is not about passivity or avoidance. It's about choosing a higher path. There will be times when it's necessary to address issues directly or stand up for yourself. However, silence gives you the clarity to discern when to speak and when to hold back. It ensures that your words, when spoken, carry weight and purpose. In a world where people are often quick to react, your ability to remain silent in the face of provocation sets you apart. It's a reflection of your strength, wisdom, and commitment to personal growth. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Silence, in its deliberate and thoughtful application, becomes a shield, a strategy, and a testament to your character. It's not just about avoiding conflict, it's about mastering it on your terms. When uncertainty looms large and you are unsure of what to say or do, silence becomes a powerful tool for clarity and decision-making. Silence in these moments is not a passive act, but a deliberate choice to pause, reflect, and regain composure. It allows you to step back from the immediate pressure of the situation and make decisions rooted in thoughtfulness rather than impulsiveness. In many ways, silence during uncertainty is a form of self-preservation and empowerment. Life often presents us with complex situations where the right course of action isn't immediately clear. Whether it's a professional challenge, a relationship dilemma, or a personal crossroads, the temptation to act quickly can be overwhelming. This pressure often arises from societal norms that equate decisiveness with strength, or from our internal fears of appearing indecisive. However, hasty decisions made under pressure often lack depth and foresight. Silence offers a counterbalance to this rush. It is a way to grant yourself permission to gather information, weigh options, and consider the potential consequences of your actions. Silence during moments of uncertainty also serves as a reset button for the mind. When faced with stress or confusion, our brains can become overloaded with competing thoughts and emotions. This mental clutter makes it difficult to think clearly or objectively. By stepping into silence, you create a space to process these thoughts without the noise of external distractions. In this quiet space, clarity emerges. Ideas that were buried under the chaos begin to surface, and you can discern the best path forward with greater confidence. From a psychological standpoint, silence activates the reflective parts of your brain. It allows the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for reasoning, decision-making, and self-control, to take the lead. This contrasts with the impulsive responses driven by the amygdala, which often dominate in moments of high emotion or uncertainty. By choosing silence, you are essentially giving your brain the opportunity to switch gears, moving from reactive to proactive thinking. Silence also enhances your ability to listen to yourself and to others. When you refrain from speaking, you become more attuned to your inner voice. This self-awareness can reveal insights about your values, priorities, and fears that might otherwise go unnoticed. At the same time, silence allows you to listen more effectively to those around you. In conversations, it encourages others to fill the space, often revealing thoughts or feelings that wouldn't have been shared otherwise. This deeper understanding can be invaluable when navigating uncertainty in interpersonal or professional situations. Practicing silence in moments of uncertainty can also prevent unnecessary conflict or regret. Words spoken in haste or under pressure often carry unintended consequences. They may escalate tensions, create misunderstandings, or lead to decisions that you later wish you could take back. Silence acts as a protective barrier, giving you time to choose your words and actions more carefully. It ensures that when you do speak or act, your message is clear, intentional, and aligned with your true goals. Another powerful aspect of silence during uncertainty is its ability to project calm and confidence to others. In situations where everyone else is rushing to act or speak, your choice to remain silent can set you apart. It signals that you are thoughtful, composed, and in control. This perception can inspire trust and respect from others, whether in a leadership role, a personal relationship, or a negotiation. Your silence becomes a form of quiet authority, demonstrating that you are not easily swayed by pressure or emotion. Of course, practicing silence in moments of uncertainty is not without challenges. It requires patience, self-discipline, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. The silence itself may feel awkward or even vulnerable, as it forces you to confront the unknown without the safety net of immediate action. However, this discomfort is where growth happens. By sitting with the uncertainty, you build resilience and develop a deeper capacity for self-trust. It's also important to distinguish between silence as a tool for clarity and silence as avoidance. The former is an active choice, rooted in self-awareness and intentionality. The latter is a passive reaction, often driven by fear or indecision. The key difference lies in your mindset. When you choose silence as a way to gather strength and insight, you are still moving forward, just in a quieter, more deliberate way. Ultimately, silence during uncertainty is a testament to your inner strength. It reflects your willingness to pause, reflect, and trust in your ability to navigate complexity. It shows that you value thoughtful decision-making over impulsive action, and that you are committed to staying true to yourself, even in the face of the unknown. In this way, silence becomes not just a response to uncertainty, but a powerful strategy for mastering it. Silence is often misunderstood as a sign of passivity, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful tools for establishing and maintaining control in challenging situations. This is particularly true when dealing with conflict, confrontation, or moments of high tension. Choosing to stay silent can shift the dynamics of the interaction, disarm the other party, and provide you with a distinct advantage. It's not about avoiding the issue or backing down. It's about leveraging the strategic power of restraint to achieve the best possible outcome. When conflict arises, the instinctive response for many is to defend, justify, or retaliate. Words spill out quickly, often fueled by emotion rather than reason. This can escalate tensions, make the situation more volatile, and lead to regrettable outcomes. Silence, however, introduces a pause into the interaction. It disrupts the expected flow of argument and forces the other party to reflect on their own behavior. In this way, silence acts as a mirror, compelling them to confront their actions without the distraction of a heated exchange. It creates an atmosphere of introspection that can often lead to de-escalation. In confrontation, silence becomes a statement of strength. By not reacting impulsively or defensively, you signal that you are in control of your emotions and thoughts. This composure can be unsettling to the other party, as it defies their expectations and removes the fuel for further conflict. Silence communicates confidence and self-assurance, making it clear that you are not intimidated or provoked. It also shows that you are willing to prioritize thoughtful resolution over reactive engagement, which can command respect even from adversaries. Silence also serves as a tool for gathering information. In moments of tension, people often reveal more about their intentions, emotions, or vulnerabilities when faced with silence. They may feel compelled to fill the void, speaking more than they intended and providing insights that can help you navigate the situation strategically. Your silence allows you to become an observer rather than a participant, giving you a clearer perspective on the dynamics at play. This heightened awareness enables you to respond more effectively when you do choose to. From a psychological standpoint, silence in conflict demonstrates emotional intelligence. It reflects your ability to regulate your emotions, resist impulsive reactions, and maintain focus on the bigger picture. This self-regulation not only benefits you personally, but also sets a tone for the interaction, When you remain calm and composed, it encourages others to mirror that behavior, reducing the likelihood of further escalation. Silence, in this context, becomes a tool for creating an environment conducive to resolution rather than perpetuation of the conflict.